Et à toutes. Ça fait un petit moment qu'on s'est pas retrouvés, quasiment une semaine. Je vais pas vous mentir, moi je suis un petit peu content qu'on se retrouve maintenant. Je vais tout simplement lancer le jeu, hein, le jeu de mon cœur actuellement, celui que j'ai le plus envie de jouer, The Outer World. Ouais, je viens de lancer. Bonjour. Bon. En tout cas, j'espère que le jeu va vous plaire autant qu'il me plaît à moi. Et je veux aussi remercier les différentes personnes qui regardent de temps en temps sur Netflix, pas sur Netflix, sur YouTube, les vidéos. C'est vraiment merci de votre part. Voilà, n'hésitez pas à laisser un commentaire pour que je sache les personnes qui regardent les vidéos, ou tout simplement un petit like pour voilà, du coup, plus pour faire monter, puisque je savais pas comment regarder, je sais pas comment regarder ça. Et aussi, n'hésitez pas à pouvoir potentiellement suivre sur Twitch. Ça peut toujours être cool de pouvoir discuter pendant que je joue. Ok. Ah, ah oui, c'est bon, je sais où on était. Attends, je vais boire un petit coup. On était juste à côté de notre objectif. Eux, je suppose que c'est tous des salauds, on va tous les tuer. Ok. Alors attendez, hop, je me positionne bien comme il faut. Ok, ils ont des chiens aussi de l'espace qui respirent pas. Ah, c'est pas des... ça parle des enfoirés, dommage. Ah si. Ah, ça me fume. J'ai un potentiel quasiment infini. Donc c'est compliqué au début du jeu. Et au bout d'un moment, ça devient beaucoup plus simple. Ok, alors.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Ellie. Excellent timing. Hello, Ellie. What a pleasure it is to see your sparkling beauty in this barren waste.
It's Dr. Fenhill. I certainly know his ex-crew. Mostly from the operating table. I've probably seen more of them than he has.
How cruel you are. I distinctly remember a special party at the Lost Hope Bar on Groundbreaker where
We did not.
Oh, fine. But we almost...
Keep going, and you're gonna see how good this automech is at picking up teeth.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. Meds, I'm guessing. Pirates love bits, and unlabeled meds are worth a bundle. Supposed to be for the Groundbreaker, but getting shot tends to hinder one's delivery plans. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour.
Ta gueule.
You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards. And farewell to you, dear Dr. Fenhill. Trust I'll see you next I find myself on the Groundbreaker.
You'd better hope not.
Énervant cet enculé. Non, j'ai envie de le tabasser. Mais j'ai un peu tout le temps envie de tabasser les PNJ. Alors, suivi médical. Ok. Euh, Je suis sur Silal, hein, là. Ouais, donc là-bas c'est mon vaisseau. Donc là c'est autre chose. Ça c'est autre chose. C'est pas ici ça? Non, c'est pas ici. Ok. C'est clairement une zone de bataille ici. Je vois pas les mobs. Dommage.
Okay, gone quiet.
Quoi? Mais je suis censé... Ouais, ok, on a dû s'entretuer. Enfin, j'ai dû le tuer en même temps que je suis mort. Dommage. Ah, attends, j'ai pas vu ça. Bon, c'est pas trop mal alors. Ça permet de récupérer quelques trucs en plus. Ok. Non, c'est... C'est là. J'ai envie de tuer tous ces putains de singes. Alors... Attends. C'est quoi ton équipement déjà, Ellie, toi? Ah ouais, si. C'est toi qui as le lance-plasma, ok. Euh... Je crois que je suis level 15, un truc comme ça. Actuellement. Il y en avait un putain de singe ici. J'ai tué l'autre là. Ah, il est là.
I can take a hint.
Ok. Ah d'accord, il m'a sonné, c'est pour ça que je peux plus courir. Oh, ok, je peux courir à nouveau.
Hard to imagine leaving something as expensive as a terraformer lying around.
Seems pointless, though. You gotta leave it on forever. And the pylons. Else the air just drifts off.
Hmm. Ça, la terraformeuse, putain. Ouais. Là-bas. Il y a encore un putain de singe, là aussi. Là, il y en a un autre. Ouais, ils sont 3 putains de singes. Ah, j'ai pas forcément besoin de les frites. Ah oui, en plus, je vois mon level, je suis bien level 15. Bientôt, il y a une grotte là. C'est un truc intéressant. Alors, y a pas... Non.
On my way.
Il me semble qu'il y avait une touche pour avoir une lampe, mais j'étais de la merde. Fendeur vibrant, c'est une arme de base. Attends. Ok.
Salutations. This unit's primary function is excavator. Owner, Hephaestus Mining Corporation. Other functions in current active commands. Negative. The presence or absence of human operators. Does this unit achieves perfection by fulfilling?
This unit needs to learn how to have a good time.
There's something right soothing about having a job and doing it proper. If you want to keep working, little guy, I say you do it.
This unit has now exhausted its available library of opinions about excavation. This unit is removing rock matter in search of minerals, metals, and other forms of matter designated valuable. Brevity identified. Affirmative. This unit could discuss excavation at greater length, but does not wish to strain its daily charge. Thank you for your consumer loyalty, Junior Excavator. This unit will store this exchange in its memory bank, always.
Ok. Attends. Je suis les petits animaux mignons. Je parlais à un robot. Ouais, je crois que j'ai réussi ma journée. Ah, attends, c'est quoi là-bas le truc qui bougeait? Attends, quoi? C'était ça. Bon, ok.
Place never even had a bar. No wonder it's abandoned.
But wouldn't the quiet get to you? Knowing there's nobody out there? No one at all? Here we go!
Performing.
Ok. Ok.
Investigation. Beginning security.
Ok. J'adore ce type de combat qui se déroule sans accroc. Et en plus, je dépense tellement aucune munition là, c'est tellement plaisant. Ah putain. Attends quoi? Ah, c'est là. C'est censé être de l'autre côté, putain. Dans là, c'est juste une maison là? Ah ouais. Ah d'accord, donc c'est pas du tout de l'autre côté. Merde. Ok, cartouche d'octo. Ok. Rien. Ça, cigarette, ok. Bon, bah j'ai plus rien ici. Vu que c'est censé être un truc abandonné, je pense qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup de PNJ qui vont me filer des quêtes. En tout cas, s'il y en a, je serais surpris. T'es là dans cette baraque. Je pensais que c'est juste mon allié qui serait comme en pleine gueule. Mais j'en ai pris aussi, c'est dommage. Oh, ça je suis content.
Hey, that's impressive.
Ok, plus rien. Parce que là, je peux entrer d'un côté ou de l'autre de cette petite machine. Wesh, elles sont TP les putes. Allez. Ah, ça j'aime bien. « 118. C'est une vanne.
Life signs abnormal. Administering stimulant.
Attends. Il y a un seul lit, c'est-à-dire qu'il y avait un seul survivant. Ça devait être lui. 118, je trouve ça énorme. Armée
Where
anti-émeute.
it hurts.
Ouais. Il n'y a pas la clé? Voilà. Alors, au niveau de l'armure. Armure anti-émeute, c'est celle-là? Ouais. Dégâts de corps à corps. Ouh, comment c'est intéressant de fou. Niveau casque, y a rien. Attends, arme légère à une main. C'est une arme à deux mains, moi. Arme à deux mains, ok. Il est où le faisceau? Il est là-haut. Ok. Bon. Mais sacrément rien d'intéressant. Ce putain d'endroit était totalement vide. Ouais, c'est bien là où il y a ma baraque. Bon, dommage. Eh merde. Hmm. Dommage, j'ai pas avant votre grenade. Je te le jetais. Là, j'aurais bien lancé une putain de grenade sur moi pour essayer de me débloquer. Putain.
Coming back.
No can do.
Sorry, can't do that.
Bon. Chargé. Dommage. Qu'il y ait eu un putain de bug. Non, je vais juste rentrer à la base. Là, la petite exploration, ça m'a pas fait les grands. En vrai, c'est vrai que si l'armure anti-émeute, c'est un truc qui est assez cool. Mais avoir de l'armure, ça peut me permettre de tanker plus pour taper après. Hmm. S'il y a un plus et il y a un moins. Ouais, c'est clairement pas un jeu de parcours, donc le fait que j'ai fait un peu de jump, c'est pas surprenant que c'est bugué. C'est my bad. Bon, bah, je vais même pas retrouver où c'était. Ça devait être genre. Après, là, il y a des ennemis là. Autre chose.
What was that?
Here they come!
Oh vache.
Everyone alright?
Ok. J'aime tellement ce jeu. C'est tellement plaisant de fou. C'est des malades les mecs. Oui, forcément, au moment où elle était déjà dead, ça fait quoi de tout retirer? Bon. Donc attends. L'arme de Phineas. Là, je devrais retourner sur le truc. Là, c'est quoi ça? Attends. Ah, c'est vrai que c'est pas là. Non, ça, c'est le DLC. Donc, c'est sur Monarch. Donc, j'ai Monarch, Stellar Bay, euh, le vaisseau, je sais plus comment ça s'appelle, le précurseur, un truc comme ça. Ouais, c'est ça. Et là, Phineas, ensuite je sais plus où est-ce que je vais devoir aller. Donc en vrai, je suis chaud, je vais aller voir Phineas et ensuite je vais aller sur Précurseur. Pour essayer potentiellement de rendre deux quêtes d'une. Euh... Ok.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Ok.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
Attends. Ah putain, c'est pas du piratage, je suis débile. Attends, donc c'est furtivité.
Gosh, that's clever.
Là, j'étais trop con, j'ai foncé full vers le mauvais endroit.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Ok.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your... Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Pas de son?
Absolutely.
Ok. Bah non.
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Quel enculé.
So you're the captain's mysterious associate. I'm Ellie. Nice to meet you.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy. Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. I picked you out of the hope for your talents after all. It's only natural that others would gravitate toward you. That's odd. I'm at least 65% certain my tone was sufficiently sincere. Perhaps the glass is distorting my voice. Must look into that. What's on your...
Hmm. Ok, c'est où que j'ai amené les flingues? Le précurseur, voilà, c'est bien les deux là, c'est le précurseur. Enquête secondaire. Ensuite, on ira faire les 3 quêtes là. Donc, les 3 sauts, Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, ouais. Attends, c'est quoi ces bestioles là? Porkist. Ah, c'est ça, c'est écœurant.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
J'avoue, je suis chez lui, je viens de le pirater. Ah, vous savez que m'a sauvé la putain de vie. Faut trop... Ah, parcours. Faut trop jouer à des Light. L'autre, tu veux pas bosser? Ouais. Ok, on est sur l'imposteur à nouveau. Alors...
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Attends, je crois que c'était... Attends. Ok, donc là du coup ça demande d'aller sur le monarque. Bah vas-y, je fais juste suivi médical et ensuite c'est bon. On va sur le monarque. Il me manque un PNJ que j'ai pas. Ok. Complot, en vue de préparer un complot. Pratique illégale et médecine, destruction de biens appartenant au conseil.
Takes a lot of fun to rack up a find like that.
C'est combien ça prime? Même pas affiché. Le mec, ce n'est pas, il est pas dead or alive, il est juste... Arrêtez-le, c'est tout.
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. It's not often I see you on this side of sickbay.
I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself.
It'd be nice to have you in here patching people up, not just blowing them apart.
I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. It's not you, it's me.
Have it your way then. You always do. Now, about your friend here. Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Ok. Donc c'est bon, on a fini la quête. Ouais. Bon, bah, on va laisser l'abeille sur le truc.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
J'ai un snipe, il me faut... Est-ce que j'ai un pistolet comme ça? J'ai oublié, attends. Donc ça c'est mon snipe. Ça c'est ça. Et ça. Ok, ça c'est un flingue à plasma. En fait ces armes me paraissent toutes un peu moins bien que la autre version. Mais vu que c'est censé être des armes un peu légendaires, à la limite, je pense qu'il y a quelque chose que je comprends pas chez les armes là. Mais bon. C'est fou, je commence déjà fatigué. Il est quelle heure? 22h? Ah ouais. Alors, attends. Hmm. Lui, c'est où? En fait, j'ai la quête au 2. Est-ce que ça change rien en fait? Attends. Euh... Moi j'ai l'impression que ça change rien donc vas-y. Regarde l'atterrissage.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Ok. 92 mètres. Ouais, je pense que je trouverai difficilement une quête plus proche. Par contre, c'est dans un état horrible, la baraque.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Qu'est-ce
Don't
que
think
tu
I've seen you
signer?
around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Ouais, il faut bouger quelques navettes. Ah, ça marche pas.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic, us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Ouais, j'avoue que c'est si avec
We
ça.
don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Ok.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Ok.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a... Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could...
Ouais, c'est pourquoi.
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Ouais, j'avoue.
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way. Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours. I couldn't really say I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Bon. Je vais aller voir l'histoire des armes.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our
Il y a
lives.
beaucoup de PNJ. Je vois là-haut avec les points. Non, c'est pas les PNJ, mais... C'est le simple PNJ.
Wrap Musk and Canaanite, right here.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Ça va, là.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants. But he didn't listen.
C'est son clébard.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place.
Please, won't...
Ouais, c'est vraiment clébard.
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. I got some bits saved up for...
Ouais. Ouais.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boy...
Ok. 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 C'est où? Ok. Ok. Et ça, c'est là-bas. Non, il y avait une quête, putain, j'ai perdu. Affaire de famille. Non. L'homme creux. Non. Non, attends. C'est la quête de base. Ouais, si, c'est la quête de base. Oh putain, je suis fatigué de fou. C'est qui, Nuka?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine something? I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Well, they work.
Ok. Putain, c'est quoi déjà? Ouais.
Could I get another advance, Miss? Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries. What can I do for you to...
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get... He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Non, attends.
Have you talked to... You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin. Oh!
Oh, attends, c'est quoi, c'est une quête de compagnon? Non, c'est une mission? What the fuck? Bah attends.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for Halcyon life.
Okay.
As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a manta queen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Manta queens, especially.
De quoi? Ah, moi aussi, je suis épuisé.
On se couche à 23h?
Ouais, je pense.
Yes.
Sure, they're real big. Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett, but I haven't seen him in a few weeks.
Captain, can we look for him?
Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble.
Thanks, Captain.
All right then. Leave town through the sun.
Ouais, pour tout de suite, forcément.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Nice of you to say. I like her too. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well. But we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Okay.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on? Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Well, Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model?
That you did.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32%
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This new company has a meeting.
T'es censé bosser à la base.
Non, tu as mon ordi, merde, qu'est-ce que tu fous?
T'es censé bosser.
Merde, je t'emmerde, je suis trop fatigué. Putain, t'as niqué mon...
Ouais.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Exactly what I would have said, if I'd been paying attention.
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sister sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence and assure you that my plan is indeed sufficiently complicated.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. Not long, but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon.
Okay,
An
it's nice.
extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush. In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, these days it's overrun.
Ok. C'est l'armée qui l'a fait dedans. Ouais, je sais pas si je peux dire. C'est le Bolt 52.
Do be careful. Oh, and well... What can... I see. And was his Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes... What else can I do for...
Ok. Bon, je crois que quasiment toutes les quêtes sont là-bas. Ok, pour le moment c'est plutôt stylé. Alors par contre ça a l'air super grand. Alors. 800, 700, 230. Non, c'est celui-là qui est moins loin. Non, ça je fais un peu moins. Ça c'est plus tard. J'y chiotte. Ça c'est loin. C'est loin de fou. Encore une quête qui... Ok, bon. Bah je vais déjà faire les quêtes qui sont putain d'intérieur, j'ai troll. Ouais, ce que je veux c'est de l'action pour me réveiller, mais le problème c'est que là il n'y en a pas. Et que c'est plus logique de faire une quête autrement. Oh putain. Allez.
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of mess. If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Pourquoi une douche chaude? Il y a un appartement sur la droite.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Ivan. You know, I haven't seen him in a while. If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long
Comment?
without mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
À l'étage ou pas à l'étage? Pas à l'étage, là, c'est ça?
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Mhm.
Got it. Inside voices.
Ok. C'est derrière la porte.
If Velma's capable of running... Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like...
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for? I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail? Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute, like... Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to... If so, I would love to know where. Sublight supplies don't come cheap.
I'd hope not. Fleecing's the mark of a real professional.
Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you. But there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Oh, putain.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. The one upstairs, where we store our medicines. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some... The graveyard...
Ah. Attends.
Chin up.
Le putain de docteur, il est dead.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
C'est super bon. Attends. Map. Ouais, bon. C'est au moment de sortir, ok. Donc. Ça, c'est dehors. Voyou.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you... So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You... I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on mod? Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team.
started owing the wrong people money. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
C'est mon premier level. Ah ben en plus c'est double, les compétences et l'autre truc. Augmenter ça et ensuite c'est quoi déjà les PV? Ça c'est les compagnons. C'est la défense. En vrai ça a rien. Ça c'est plus intéressant de mettre tout maintenant et tout après. Ah putain, augmenter de 100 kilos, c'est vrai que c'est comme sympa. Ouais, le fait de super moins de dégâts, c'est vrai que c'est cool. Il n'y a pas un truc d'augmenter les dégâts au corps à corps aussi? Ouais, bah y'a rien. Bah je vais augmenter. Puis c'est de l'armure. Allez, allez, Joe. Ouais, c'est tabassé. Attends. Non, ok, ça va.
She's always cranky. No, I mean more than usual.
Putain, putain. Oh, c'est compliqué, putain. Je suis tant crevé. Ouais, non, y'a rien ici. De l'autre côté, là.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. Sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry.
Hey! What are you doing here? This is our seat. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Oh putain. Ok, il va falloir que je le tue. Que je recule. Non, peut-être que. Je Q direct. Là, je. Oh, c'est loin. Bon, je connais le chemin, c'est pas trop grave.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
Ah putain, ça n'a pas été compté comme étant augmenté, dommage. C'est où les trucs? Je sais qu'à un moment il y avait qui était écrit. D'accord. Imparable. Oh vache, c'est fort ça. Ouais, vas-y. Et du coup, c'est augmenter l'efficacité de l'armure.
You sure have seen a lot of the
Intimidation
colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
55. Je les ai pas, donc plus difficile de les
But
buter.
most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Who the fuck?
Hey!
Non, mais ta mère la pute aussi. Ouais, cette fois ça a été enregistré avec elle.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Who the fuck?
Non.
Are we done?
Ah, c'est chiant. C'est chiant parce que je prends énormément de damage. Pourquoi mes alliés, moi, ils tapent pas? Attends. Et elle est pétée mon armure ou quoi? Pourquoi elle tank rien? Attends, c'est quoi? Réparer R.
Seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just...
Hey!
Nice one! That does it. Time for a drink?
Ok.
A fine day for... Anyway. But that's terrible. But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation.
Oh, thank you.
Always a shame when tempers get the better of good... Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this...
Ok, alors. Ça c'est extérieur. Extérieur, affaire de famille. Extérieur. Ok.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought
Okay,
some
nice.
rust from- Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. Hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately.
T'inquiète.
First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of he's a real wizard with a pharmaceutical. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem...
So,
something else? This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Okay.
Fine by... Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call... And yeah, let's...
Détourner, c'est pas mieux. Hein?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna. Fat, and mostly tumor-free. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 Spacer.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something's...
He and his whole crew walked out. Because we've got a budget, alright? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on it. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can if you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Ok. 35 mètres.
If it isn't the famous hacker enjoying Stellar Bay, what can I do? Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get signed by the black hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits. I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine tossball artifact. The black hole doesn't even sign things anymore. He just puts a stamp on them.
Yeah.
Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the first place was because those Sublight fellas lost my shipment of official tossball jerseys. I was gonna line the walls with them. They're the new ones, now with authentic game time aroma. Mine too. I wish I could order it by the gallon. Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. Can't blame them for trying. Those iconoclasts never shut up. but they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys. If you could get those for me, I might let Grim have that. Only if it doesn't get in the way of your busy schedule. To think, a famous toss faller like you helping little old me.
C'est fou. Attends. J'ai jamais fait ça. Bon. 115 mètres. Ouais. Bon, je suis sur quelle quête là? Merde de Grim. Amber Eye. Ok. La quête là elle est bloquée. Ok, pourquoi je peux aller sur cette toile là? Pourquoi j'ai la moins forte des deux? Comment je suis? C'est un gros bâtiment à peu près. Je dois aller encore plus loin. Ok. Ok. Attends. Logique. Attends, c'était juste pas sur la bonne map. C'est sur la... Ouais, la pilule, faut que j'aille chercher le putain de docteur. Putain. Ok. Ouais. Bon, moi j'ai bientôt coupé le stream, je suis désolé, je suis vraiment trop fatigué. J'ai juste... Je pense que je vais juste sortir parce que c'est bon, les quêtes sont faites. Enfin, les quêtes sont trouvées, en tout cas je sais où est-ce qu'il faut que j'aille. Tiens. Piratage 55, ok. Je suis à combien de base? Compétences, piratage, plus 55. Ça peut peut-être être possible. Ok. Ah, ça c'est... Je le prenne. Moi aussi, Velma, en vrai, je m'en fous. Non? Attends. Ah, Velma, faut que... Je fasse rien, faut que je laisse qu'elle me file le truc, parce que j'ai une quête. Ok. Bon, demain, je peux pas vous mentir, je vais stream sur beaucoup plus longtemps. Là, je suis... Puis c'est tout. On sort. On enregistre et on va y aller. On n'a pas fait grand chose pour aujourd'hui, mais au moins on aura un peu avancé. Allez. Hop là. D'ailleurs, je sais pas si vous avez remarqué, mais j'ai changé un petit peu cette interface-là. J'ai mis un compteur de followers. Actuellement, on est à 67. J'ai un objectif de 100 followers pour février. J'ai affiché aussi le nombre de viewers qui est actuellement. Et ok, ça a disparu, c'est réapparu, je ne sais pas pourquoi. Bon, dans tous les cas, moi je vais vous dire bonne fin de journée, bonne soirée et salut à tous. Je vous remercie de passer. Au revoir. À demain.